All right. So you said there's not many people on these platforms not asking for support. In the past couple of years, I've been shocked to see that there's hardly anybody on the platform past a certain point that doesn't have a Patreon. Like it's just so acceptable. Doesn't have a PayPal, doesn't have a Patreon. And then I get into the Patreon tiers, and it's really entertaining when you get into the Patreon tiers because there's, you talk about equivalent exchange. I'm expecting, okay, for the money, I'm paying this person money, right? Beyond the ad revenue, they want money. So what are they offering? Are they offering any one-on-one consultation? Are we talking like maybe stock tips or something? Like, no. Like, hey, give me a couple dollars a month. I'll mention you in the credits. I'll put your name there. What? Live streaming, live chats. Give them $5. Your name will be highlighted. There's no equivalent exchange for the value. There's something Leroy Clark touched on, and he asked me about. And he's like, well, what do you feel about, a lot of these YouTube channels that maybe offer actual, guidance to people, on various things, right? What do you see the value in that? I stick to the same thing. Whereas, like, on this platform, I don't think this platform should be, I want to keep it to the old spirit. I don't think this platform should be used for getting money from your own audience. I just don't think it should be. But, you talk about equivalent exchange, and I think everyone can agree that there's different channels that offer more to people as far as maybe life skills and actual legitimate things than people that just talk about video games and play show and tell. I can see that. I just don't personally believe, especially since there's the system built in of monetization. I don't think there's any need for Patreon. You know, I mean, there's monetization. That's the accepted form of making money on YouTube. So whenever someone springs up to Patreon, I would say to them, like, you should be on your grind, you should be on your hustle to get more views, to get more subscribers. You know, that's your hustle. That's what you should be on. Okay, you're monetized, so you should trying to be, get more views because obviously you're making money from that. So, um, you can get into the argument maybe if that didn't exist, I suppose, but it exists. It is the form because Patreon has not always been a thing. There were many successful YouTubers that were on this platform puzzle before Patreon, before things like that. So, the Patreon just kind of like is added on all these other things. Successful people before live streaming video games for donations. The thing is, all these different and memberships, all these different alternative things come up because people are just too freaking greedy. And it gets out of hand, it gets out of control. So it comes down to people like me and you and many others to speak on this. But I love that idea, equivalent exchange, and that's why I used the Full Metal Alchemist thumbnail